Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm doing right now is a video specifically for one of the Sack to the Future members to show him some of the differences in roster editing inside CFM from Madden 19 for Madden 19 from Madden 18. So as soon as I know that he is on, I see one guy watching. What I'm currently editing is the 1920 Chicago Bears. I'm doing it for a project that I'm going to be doing on my own for a couple seasons before John M. joins in when the Giants joined the league in 1925. Now, 1920, vastly different from what you've seen in Sack to the Future. I have a fullback. Weren't the same as fullbacks in 1960, or especially in 2018. So my first edit here, I'm going to use a tailback because the positions are, like I said, they're much different, and I'm basically just plugging in. Now I've already done all the starters, so what I'm basically doing is just filling the rest of the roster out. In 1920, NFL teams had approximately 25 players on a roster at any given time, although guys could play one week with the Chicago Bears and the next week with the Chicago Tigers. So it gets kind of confusing. One other thing about this is that there were no jersey numbers in 1920, so with the Packers, the team I'm going to be controlling, I basically numbered the offense 1 through 13, the backups are 1 through 12, kind of the kicker, the backups 13 through 25, the defense I started at 51, same numbers. Now, Kyle McCorder was 5'9" and 210 pounds. One thing about this I noticed is you see here in Madden 19, you can do every single pound. If you need to go from somewhere like 220 to 150, if you push both the left and the left analog and the left digital buttons and kind of roll the analog, you can make it go much faster. Now, McCorder was born in 1892, so in 1920 he was 28. There was only one African-American player in the league in 1920, that being Fritz Pollard. And there was a couple Native Americans, Jim Thorpe. Actually, he might have been the only one. Now, the uniforms, we can't do the faceless or face maskless helmets, so this is for a generic look. This is what I'm using. Small shoulder pads, since there were no shoulder pads in 1920. No back plates, they didn't exist. Everybody wore long sleeves, so I try to match up the sleeves as best I can. To get rid of the wrist, you just go to arm wrap, and it takes the other one down to none. No gloves, gotta get through that. They did take out the Nike and the Riddell, not Nike, the Scott and Riddell Basic, which is a good helmet in the past to use for the 1980s and 1990s. If you go, we'll go up here real quick though. Spin the guy around a little. A good Scott to use, where is it? Actually, the Riddell Revolution looks pretty smooth. I can't see the top of the helmet here to see if it's yeah. So I mean, you can still do 80s and 90s players, you just gotta find the rate and be creative. Alright, so they didn't have all these colored socks, but the Bears, doesn't matter what you change to, they're gonna wear the same socks. Now, as you can see over right next to the player, it says overall by type, and you see that power back is 70, elusive back is 66, and receiving back is 62. If we go outside right now and look at his ratings, Kyle McCorder is a 70 overall. So those three little whatchamacallits make it much easier. His overall rating is now a 71. It doesn't matter what the other two say, and it doesn't even matter which one says 71. Whatever is the highest rating of those three is his overall. So if you are trying to go up, you need the highest one to say, you want to be an 85, you need the highest one to say 85. It could be the power back, elusive back, receiving back, it doesn't matter. Whichever things you play with, like now he's the 72, increases his overall to the highest of the three. Sometimes there's four. That makes it, excuse me, much easier, much quicker than in Madden 18 or 17 where you had to go in and out. It's it's almost like with Madden 16 where you had the overall right there. Let me just real quick, he was only with the team for 1 year, so 1 year contract. So that's basically the changes. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a subscribe, click like, thumbs up, share, whatever you want. Look forward to more Stack to the Future games from 1961 and this unyet titled project from 1920. Thank you for joining. Until next time, I'm Vinny Vincent, and you're not.